While some people dreamed of 200 horsepower superbikes, others just wanted one thing: to get to work without having to push. Because yes, the world was built with trucks, workers, and 125cc motorcycles. Today we're going to pay tribute to the true heroines of the road, those bikes that endure rain, potholes, heavy loads, and heat without complaining. The ones that don't make it into magazines but are in every town delivering, working, and keeping the world turning. These are the 10 best motorcycles for work. Number 10, Hero Xtreme 125R, the hard worker with style. Hero, one of the biggest brands in India and the direct heir to the partnership with Honda, decided with the Xtreme 125R that it was time to break the mold of boring utility bikes. Why did a work motorcycle have to look like a blender on wheels? That's how this model was born, designed for those who use their bike every day but don't want to give up on style or a little bit of excitement. Its 125cc single-cylinder, air-cooled engine with electronic fuel injection puts out about 11.4 horsepower, enough to get around the city nimbly, while still delivering fuel economy of around 55 to 60 kilometers per liter. That means you can spend days making deliveries without having to nervously check the gas pump. The chassis is lightweight and well-balanced, with a telescopic front suspension and a rear monoshock, which is rare to see in this segment. This gives it a sportier feel than many traditional work motorcycles. Additionally, it has a front disc brake with single-channel ABS, a safety upgrade that was previously considered a luxury reserved for higher-end premium bikes. When it comes to design, Hero really went for it. Angular lines, an aggressively styled LED headlight, and a digital dashboard that displays everything from average fuel consumption to service reminders. Everything is designed to attract a young audience who work but want to feel like they're part of the new generation of urban motorcyclists. The Xtreme 125R represents that middle ground between daily practicality and a desire to have something with presence. It's not a racing bike, but it's not just a simple work tool either. It's the answer to the question, why can't I have style even if I spend all day working on my bike? And that, in the world of utility motorcycles, is already a small revolution. Number 9, Suzuki GN125. The Suzuki GN125 is a legend of quiet hard work. It doesn't make noise, it doesn't show off, but it always gets the job done. It's the kind of bike you see in any city in the world, from Buenos Aires to Bogota, loaded up with boxes, backpacks, or even 3 people and a dog, and it just keeps going like it's nothing. It was born in the 80s when Suzuki was looking for a simple, reliable, and cheap bike for everyday use. And boy, did they pull it off. With its single-cylinder, 124cc air-cooled engine, a simple SOHC camshaft, and classic carburation, the GN became synonymous with always starts. That engine, though modest, about 11 horsepower, delivers smooth, linear torque, perfect for weaving through traffic without any surprises. It's not a bike built for speed, but for longevity. Its reliability is such that there are GNs with over 100,000 kilometers on them that still start on the first try. As you'd expect, fuel consumption is ridiculously low, up to 45, even 50 kilometers per liter. And with a tank holding over 10 liters, you can forget about gas stations for days. Perfect for delivery riders, couriers, or anyone who lives on 2 wheels. But its real charm lies in its simple mechanics. Any mechanic, whether at a dealership or your neighborhood shop, knows how to work on it. You can find parts anywhere in the world, often for next to nothing. Aesthetically, the GN125 has that classic retro vibe with a rounded tank, chrome circular headlight, and metal fenders. It's a bike that looks like it came from another era, but it's still totally practical today. And interestingly, its style has also made it a popular base for cafe racer or brat-style projects because it's cheap, reliable, and has character. The riding position is one of its strong points, comfortable, upright, and effortless. You can spend all day on it and still want to keep riding. It doesn't tire you out, it doesn't vibrate excessively, and it gives you a total sense of control. In short, the GN125 is the elegant working-class bike. Simple but classy, economical but full of character. A bike that doesn't try to draw attention, but has earned respect through miles and consistency. Number 8. Hero Super Splendor. A silent legend that has carried the weight of millions of workers for decades. In India, where motorcycles aren't a luxury but a tool for life, the Hero Super Splendor is synonymous with endurance, economy, and reliability. It's the bike you see carrying a passenger, 2 bags of rice, and still the engine sounds like it just rolled out of the factory. Its 124.7cc air-cooled engine, featuring ISS technology, idle stop-start system, in the latest models, combines mechanical simplicity with incredible efficiency. It delivers between 10 and 11 horsepower, enough to get you through traffic smoothly without pushing it hard. But the best part is that it does all this while using a minimal amount of fuel, reaching over 60 kilometers per liter if you treat it right. Reliability is its strongest suit. There are stories of Super Splendors with over 100,000 kilometers on them, needing nothing more than oil and filter changes for maintenance. It doesn't vibrate much, it doesn't break down, and it starts up even after weeks without use. It's the kind of bike that gets the job done without complaining, day after day, whether it's rain, sun, or dust. Its sturdy frame, soft suspension, and relaxed riding position make it perfect for those who spend hours on it. It doesn't wreck your back, it doesn't leave your wrist sore, and it lets you maneuver easily through the chaos of city traffic. Aesthetically, it was never a flashy bike, but Hero has managed to give it a modern touch without betraying its essence. More stylish headlights, bright colors, and chrome details keep it current without losing that hard-working bike vibe. Number 7. Honda SP125. A step forward in the segment, but without losing its hard-working spirit. The Honda SP125 arrived to prove that a daily use bike can also be modern, efficient, and give you a sense of pride when you park it in front of the shop or the office. It comes with a 124cc single-cylinder, 4-stroke, air-cooled engine with PGM-FI electronic fuel injection, which gives it smooth response, reliable starts, and fuel consumption of around 65 kilometers per liter. It's not trying to break records, but it does aim to save every drop of fuel possible. It delivers about 10.8 horsepower, more than enough for city traffic, with a 5-speed transmission that makes it more comfortable on longer rides. Design is one of its strong points. LED front headlight, fully digital dashboard, sharper lines, and finishes that make it look more premium without raising the price much. It has that vibe of, I'm not a rookie anymore, now I'm the one keeping track of things. When it comes to comfort, Honda fine-tuned the suspension, improved the seat, and optimized the chassis so the rider can spend hours riding without feeling it. And like any good Honda, mechanical reliability is still its biggest asset. Simple, easy to maintain, and with spare parts available everywhere. It's the bike of the delivery guy who got promoted to supervisor but still loves the smell of gasoline in the morning. The one that makes you feel like you've leveled up without forgetting where you came from. Number 6. Bajaj Pulsar 125. The most modest Pulsar, yes, but with the heart of a true Indian warrior. The Bajaj Pulsar 125 is the most affordable version of a legendary family, built to withstand daily abuse without a single complaint. It's that bike you see on every corner, loaded with 2 people, a crate, and half a market, and yet it still sounds solid with that classic purr that's become part of city traffic. It comes with a 124.4cc 4-stroke engine featuring DTSI twin-spark technology, which improves combustion and fuel efficiency. It delivers about 11.8 horsepower, more than enough to move nimbly through traffic, even when carrying extra weight. Its 5-speed transmission and smooth response make it an easy bike to ride, whether you're a beginner or an experienced delivery rider. The muscular tank, comfortable riding position, and semi-digital dashboard keep that Pulsar style everyone instantly recognizes. It's a utility bike that doesn't give up its sporty character. It strikes just the right balance between work and fun. When it comes to durability, it's rock solid. Mechanics love it because its spare parts are cheap and easy to find, and it can be fixed with basic tools. It requires little maintenance, gets around 50 to 55 kilometers per liter, and its reliability has been proven on city streets, highways, and dirt roads. It's the bike for people who work hard but also want to enjoy the ride. It may not be the most powerful, but it can handle anything you throw at it: heat, mud, rain, or 12-hour days. Number 5. Honda Cargo 150. The Japanese workhorse, as loyal and tough as they come. The Honda Cargo 150 wasn't made for speed. It was built to work non-stop. It's the bike that starts up at 6 in the morning, hauls half a business on its back, and comes home after sunset, ready to do it all over again the next day. It's equipped with a single-cylinder 149cc 4-stroke air-cooled engine that puts out between 11 and 12 horsepower with generous low-end torque, perfect for carrying heavy loads. Its 5-speed transmission and smooth clutch make it an easy, manageable bike, even when loaded or riding on rough streets. The reinforced frame is its calling card. Honda designed it with couriers, delivery riders, and workers who rely on their bike every day in mind. The rear rack is a feat of practical engineering, wide, sturdy, and ready to handle anything from a toolbox to a hot water thermos with 20 containers stacked on top. Its dual-shock rear suspension is all about reliability, able to take years of potholes and cobblestone streets without ever calling it quits. Drum brakes might seem modest, but they're easy to maintain and more than enough for their main purpose: to last. In Latin America, the Cargo 150 is already an institution. You see it on every corner with its classic deep sound and a rider carrying a thermal backpack or a giant box on the back. This isn't a bike to show off. It's a bike you can count on. Its greatest strength isn't in the numbers, but in its spirit. It takes you where you need to go, brings you back, and never leaves you stranded. That's why, among those who make a living on two wheels, the Cargo 150 isn't just a motorcycle, it's a work tool with the soul of a companion. Number 4. Bajaj Boxer 150. The bike of the working people, the one that doesn't ask for permission or take vacations. The Bajaj Boxer 150 is the kind of bike you can leave out in the open, kickstart, and head out to work without worrying if it rains, storms, or even if there's a meteor shower. It's the very definition of a no-nonsense workhorse. It's equipped with a single-cylinder, 144.8 cubic centimeters, 4-stroke, air-cooled engine that puts out about 12 horsepower and surprisingly strong torque for its size. Its simple carburetor and indestructible mechanics mean that even the most makeshift neighborhood mechanic can fix it with just a wrench and a smile. Fuel efficiency is another one of its strong points. With a tank of about 11 liters, it can easily get over 40 kilometers per liter without breaking a sweat. That's why it's the top choice for delivery drivers, couriers, farmers, and rural police across much of Latin America, Africa, and Asia. Its long travel suspension, combined with a wide, cushy seat, makes it a comfortable bike even after hours of work. Plus, the reinforced tubular frame and metal fenders make it almost indestructible. You can load it up with bags, boxes, or even half the town if you need to, and the Boxer won't even flinch. In many countries, it's known as the bike that never breaks down. And that's no exaggeration. There are Boxers with over 100,000 kilometers on them that still start up like it's their first day. Number 3. Suzuki AX100, the Indestructible Classic. It was born in the 80s, but it was in the 90s when it became the bike of the working people all across the Americas. With its 98 cubic centimeter two-stroke engine, simple carburetor, and kickstart, the AX100 was as basic as it was efficient. Nothing was extra, but everything worked. Its low weight, just over 90 kilos, made it nimble even when loaded, and its fuel consumption was so ridiculously low that many swore it ran on air. You could leave it parked for months and it would start up with just 2 kicks. Mechanics, messengers, delivery drivers, and even police officers relied on it for decades. Its design was so easy to repair that any neighborhood shop had spare parts, and if not, they could fit pieces from other bikes without a problem. It had that high-pitched sound and that smell of oil and gasoline mix that defined an entire generation. The AX100 wasn't fast or modern, but it was everlasting. It could go hundreds of thousands of kilometers without opening the engine, and it would still keep running. Today, even though it's already a rarity on the streets, it's still sought after by collectors and nostalgic folks who see it for what it was, a humble bike that made history, a symbol of another era when reliability mattered more than technology. Number 2, Honda CG125, the foundation of everything. If there were a manual on how a work motorcycle should be, the CG125 would be on the cover, in the foreword, and even in the acknowledgments. It was born in the 70s, right in the middle of the oil crisis, when the world needed economical, durable, and easy-to-maintain bikes. Honda got the message and created a legend. Its single-cylinder 124 cubic centimeter engine, air-cooled and with OHV distribution, was designed with one goal: to withstand daily abuse without losing reliability. Its maintenance is so simple that in some rural workshops, it's still the go-to bike for teaching basic mechanics. Just by changing the oil and taking care of the filter, it can last over 100,000 kilometers without ever opening the engine. The CG125 became a symbol of work and affordable mobility. From couriers in Sao Paulo to farmers in Pakistan and delivery drivers in Mexico, everyone trusts it because it never lets you down. It rides smoothly, uses barely any fuel, and you can find spare parts for it on just about any street corner in the world. And even though it now shares the road with more modern, fuel-injected bikes, the CG125 still has a special aura. It represents a time when motorcycles were tools, not gadgets. In many countries, it's still manufactured under license, proof that its formula is still going strong. A true lifelong motorcycle, built to work and keep on working. And in the number 1 spot, the Yamaha YBR125, the undisputed queen of work bikes. If there's one bike that defines the idea of being reliable to the very end, it's the Yamaha YBR125. Launched in the early 2000s, it came to replace the legendary RX125 and quickly became the favorite of workers, students, and delivery riders all over the world. It didn't take long for it to become a kind of common currency on 2 wheels. Everyone knows how much it's worth, how to fix it, and what to expect from it. Its single-cylinder, 124 cubic centimeter engine, air-cooled with a single overhead camshaft, SOHC, and carburetor, is a masterpiece of Japanese simplicity. It's not about power, it's about lasting. Fuel consumption is so low that many swear the YBR runs on faith and air. In real-world conditions, it can easily get over 40 kilometers per liter. And its maintenance is so affordable that even those on the tightest budget can always keep it ready to go. Its design wasn't meant to turn heads, but to last. A sturdy frame, comfortable suspension, and a wide seat let you spend hours riding without it feeling like a punishment. It's the bike that starts up every morning without a fuss, whether it's cold, hot, or it's spent the night out in the rain. And when it comes to spare parts, the YBR125 has more than enough of an advantage. You can find parts at any shop in any country and in any language. From Latin America to Asia, its popularity means you'll never be left stranded. Plus, mechanics know it so well, they could put it together with their eyes closed, and some actually have. But what really sets it apart isn't just its reliability, but the bond it creates with its rider. Because the YBR isn't trying to be an exciting bike, it's meant to be a loyal companion. It's the tool that never lets you down, the livelihood for thousands of people who count on it to get through their day-to-day. Over time, the YBR became more than just a bike. It became a symbol. It represents mechanical nobility, well-built humility, and the very essence of what it means to work on two wheels. It didn't just win over the hearts of delivery riders, it earned their respect, their trust, and its place in history. And so, among engines that never quit, tires that spin without rest, and hands that work day and night, these bikes wrote a story that isn't found in books but lives on in the streets. From the old Suzuki AX100, which roared through the 90s, to the Yamaha YBR125, the undisputed queen of modern work, they all share something more than just bolts and gasoline. The spirit of millions of people who used them to make a living, to put bread on the table, or simply to keep moving forward. These aren't luxury bikes or speed machines. They're bikes of purpose, of sacrifice, of pride. Each one represents an era, a generation, and a different way of understanding what it means to work on two wheels. Because at the end of the day, success isn't measured in horsepower, but in miles traveled, in engines that never give up, and in stories that keep rolling on. And as long as there's someone who gets up early, hops on their bike, and says, "Here we go again," the legacy of these machines will never die.